This week's Nightfall is the Sunless Cell strike, the Darkblade strike, whatever you want to call it. Not too bad of a solo, it's really not, even with Void Burn on this week. Void Burn's going to make this strike a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad, it's really not. And a lot of the parts you can run through. And with the checkpoint system, you can kind of push the limits of that and try to run through the majority of this strike, whereas if this was a year one strike, this Nightfall would probably take a pretty damn long time. It's still a long solo, even with running through, just because the boss takes a little while to kill and whatnot. There's a calcified fragment back behind that gate if you have not gotten it yet. There's a grip of calcified fragments on this strike's path. There's also one right, if I remember, there's one up here somewhere in the room, like up there somewhere. So for this first part, you can run through this. You don't have to stop and kill any enemies. There are going to be acolytes that do void burn, so if void burns on or if arc burns on with the wizards, this can be a tough part to run past, but I would highly suggest at least trying it initially. Hunters are going to have it way easier because you can go invis. Titans, you could always wait for your super and pop a bubble. Warlocks, you could also pop your self-res if need be if you die, but basically just run to the end of this room. Stand next to the door. The door is going to take a few seconds to open. Once it opens, you can just run on through. You do not have to kill any of these ads if you do not want to. And if you die, it doesn't matter because you got a checkpoint system and you're at the beginning of the Nightfall anyway. So you see here, I'm by the doors. You don't really have to take out this wizard. I was just hitting it once or twice so it wouldn't start pelting me. And there you go. You're through the doors and we're on to the next part. Just a side clip here real quick. I didn't show you one calcified fragment you can get because I was trying to run through during the Nightfall. I would suggest not stopping for this calcified fragment. Just come and get it in patrol. But if you make your way back here where I am right now, and all you got to do is shoot off this panel and there's a calcified fragment back here. And hey, I hadn't even gotten it on this character yet. So back to the Nightfall. This next part is a longer part because you're doing it by yourself. This is when you have to go across on the two opposite sides there, and that's going to help open up the door. You're just going to have some acolytes, a few sword knights. Just fall back and shoot them from distance. If void burns on, they're shooting void, so just be careful. You got some thrall. If anything, you can stay up on the staircase. I'm going to fast forward here. It's just going to be sword knights, some acolytes, and then after you kill this initial group that's out here, some more are going to spawn, some more acolytes, another sword knight. It's nothing too hard. I would not personally have a sword on for this part. I know I have a sword on right now, but I would not have a sword on because of what's going to happen after you clear out a right or left side. So just pick right or left, whatever you want to do, and take out the wizards from here. Do not go over there. There's no point in taking them out over there. Just take them out from back here. And I forgot to kill these acolytes, and there's going to be another sword knight over here somewhere. So just fall back if you're taking damage like that. A lot of the times, the only enemies that are going to follow you up that back staircase behind me are thrall. That's it. I'm going to fast forward here, guys. So basically, just pick a right or left. Pick which side you want to go to first. Take out the wizards. I'm fast forwarding so you don't have to see my piss poor sniping skills. Once you take out the two wizards, hop across. Make sure to be careful. Go slow. There's no rush. The second you scan this object, the shrieker is going to open and just take it out. Once you take it out, wait for the balls. Do not drop off the platform yet. Wait for them to get to the box in front of us and then drop off the back of the platform and start running around the circle. Just run around until you hear them explode. It's only going to take about one run around for them all to go away. Now, this is why I say you should have a rocket launcher or machine gun over sword for this part. Because you see this wizard, the wizards that spawn, they will make their way over to which platform you were on. Whether you went right or left, each platform is going to have its own two wizards that spawn after completing the transmission. Having a rocket launcher and a machine gun just makes this encounter a little bit easier with the two wizards. So I killed the first one, and here comes the second one. It's decided to come over. They won't both always come over. Sometimes they just chill on the other side, and that's perfectly fine. If you do not have a good rocket launcher or machine gun, just rock your sword. Sword's fine, you can use it. I just would prefer a long-range weapon because you can kill the wizards before they even get to the platform. Next, just snipe everything. You can stay over here the whole time and snipe the acolytes, the sword knights that spawn with each transmission. I decided to go back over to the bridge. It's nothing too overwhelming, guys. Just take your time. It's just some acolytes, some sword knights, and you can snipe everything from that platform if you want to. You don't even have to come back over here. Once you clear out those ads, you're just rinsing and repeating the exact same thing on the other side. I'm going to super duper fast forward here. Same thing. You take out the two wizards from distance. You can take them out over there if you want to, but there's no point in risking it. You can just take them out from here. It might take a little bit longer. They hide sometimes. So once you do that, you can hop across. Make sure to be careful when you're hopping across. And then again, same thing. You're just going to do the little transmission with the ghost. Kill the shrieker. You'll see here I got truth on. I switched over. So once you kill the shrieker, just let the balls make their way over to you. Once they hit the platform area, you can fall back. Once you fall back, you're just running around until they explode. Once they explode, make sure to turn back around quick, locate the wizards because they could be on top of you in a matter of seconds. You see it's already coming over. I'm just going to take it out, and the second wizard is hanging out. See, the second wizard's not coming over like it did. Well, I guess it's kind of coming over. It's making its way. Here it comes. There you go. Those two wizards are down, and then now all you got to do is clear out ads, and you go on to the next part. I'm going to fast forward here. I'm sure you guys get the strategy by now. Same thing, acolytes, some knights. Nothing too overwhelming. You'll be fine. So before we move on to the next part, there are some calcified fragments in here. I'll just show you those real quick. There will be one over here on your left on one of these sloping down platforms. I don't know if it's the first one or it's the second one. It's on one of these. It's either on this one I'm on right now or the one in front of me. You'll be able to see it clearly. Now this next one you got to get to, you got to use invisible platforms. I'm not going to jump all the way down, but you see those invisible platforms right there? They're going to go from that first one you see, and they're going to head to the right, and there's going to be a little ledge. You see how the bridge underneath, there's going to be a ledge on the right side of this bridge underneath. You'll hop on that ledge and grab a calcified fragment that's on like the left side of a door. It's just a little tiny little ledge underneath the bridge. This next part takes a while. I'm going to be fast forwarding through the majority of it. Just hang back and snipe everything from deep. Use rocket launchers, use your machine guns. Every time I solo this, I do everything from outside of this room. I rarely venture into the room. If you have a team of 3, just go balls to the wall, hop in the room, and start swording everything to death. But by myself, I'm just going to hang back here. You'll have a couple Fire Knights with this first initial wave of enemies that are already in the room. Focus on them, especially if solar burns on or something like that. Everything else, though, just snipe. I mean, Void burns on, and I got a Void Sniper, so I'm pretty much one-shotting everything. Some of you might not have a Void Sniper. That's perfectly fine. Just use what you got. Use your grenades. That can take a lot of shields down. So after that first initial wave, then another wave of enemies are going to come. It's just going to be a buttload of taken. More Scions, more Acolytes. Be careful of Acolyte eyes. Those things can wreck. Once you take out the first initial wave of the second wave, then Cabal are going to spawn. This room's actually really easy. It just takes a while to clear by yourself because there are a lot of enemies. And make sure to focus on them Scions, man. Once those things start splitting, you're going to have so many guys if you can't kill them fast enough. So you see here comes some Phalanx. No Ultras or anything like that. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Just kill everything from a distance and chill in the back of the room. For this third wave, you're going to have more Taken spawning. If you get the wizard, focus in on this wizard because she's going to start spawning this stupid Shadow Thrall, and the Shadow Thrall will come all the way out to this door if you're chilling in the back of the room, whereas the rest of the enemies, they're going to stay at bay, they're going to stay in the room. So just try to take her out as quickly as possible and then focus on the rest of the guys. You're going to have some Cabal, you're going to have some Acolytes, some Acolyte eyes. You will have some black orbs that spawn, the big black orbs, and you know, the Nightfalls now, they have a little bit of variation, so you know, the next time this is up, this room might be a little bit different. Just make sure to move up. You know, I want you to stay back, or at least I suggest staying back and hanging out and killing everything from a distance. But once you get into the later waves of ads, you need to move up a little bit and make sure that there's no, you know, the huge black orbs aren't still there because they're going to still spawn ads. So you want to take those things out. Once you clear out the third wave, then you will have a fourth wave, which is going to be a Ultra. Once you take out that Ultra, the doors at the end of the room here, which I know I'm in fast forward, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. The doors in front of me right there. This part, there will be ads. After you kill this Ultra, there's going to be an Ogre behind the door. There'll be maybe a Wizard behind the door, depending on what variation you get, and ads will spawn in this room. So just get ready to run on through. And once you kill that Ultra, track the Darkblade, you have a new checkpoint. So if you do die trying to run on through here, it will just respawn you way back. It's going to spawn you all the way back at the staircase in the previous room, but you will have the checkpoint. It's pretty easy to run on through, guys. Just make sure you're kind of near the door. There's also a calcified fragment up here. If you have not grabbed that already, make sure to get that. Now, this Nightfall would suck if this is a year 1 Nightfall because, dude, you wouldn't want to chance this run. But once you enter this room, either the right door is going to open or the left door is going to open. Just see which door opens. Run through this part. I do not suggest shooting any ads, any shriekers. Well, you can shoot some ads if you want to clear out the pathway to the left or the right. Hunters, just go and viz. Warlocks, if you have your self-res, just run on through, and if you die, pop your self-res and you'll be able to make it. Titans, have your bubble ready. Get, halfway up the room. If you start taking damage, pop that bubble, have Blessings of Light, get your shield and recovery back, and then make the run. It's really easy, guys. Just run on through. You have checkpoints. If you die, it's just going to start you back. Just do not waste your time doing that room. It's pointless to waste your time shooting enemies, shooting shriekers. Once you get past this, the next thing up is going to be a bunch of thralls spawn on this bridge. You can just jump past these guys if you want to. I like shooting them just in case they drop some ammo. And with Juggler on, I was trying to shoot some ads because I thought there would be a good chance that they would drop some heavy packs and some sniper ammo for me. Once you clear out the ads or you just jump on past them, make sure not to jump down quite yet, because majority of the time it's going to spawn a crate up here for sniper ammo or for heavy ammo. So just wait a second. See, there you go, heavy crate popped up. Titans, I would use bubble, your defender class. Warlocks, obviously use self-res. And hunters, it's kind of just pick your poison. Now, you can hop up on these lamps, or at least you used to be able to. I don't know if that's still in there, but that's kind of a little cheese spot. I remember we used it like the first time. This was the Nightfall because we were all super weak, but you don't need it. You really don't, guys. This isn't that hard of a Nightfall. It's really not. It's really controlled. None of the ads shoot you in the final boss fight. So here he comes. All you're going to do is you're going to do some damage if you haven't done this strike at all. I'm sure everybody's pretty much done this strike. You're just going to do some damage, and he'll call upon ads every once in a while, and he's going to teleport. He'll leave the room, then he'll teleport back into the room. You just want to make sure that you're moving. Do not be standing still for too long. A lot of the times if you're standing still, he's going to spawn right on top of you. So just make sure to keep moving. You're going to clear out ads. There'll be some thralls for the first wave, and then every subsequent wave after that, there's going to be some cursed thrall. And then the next wave after that, there's going to be a couple ultra cursed thrall. And I'll show you how I handle the cursed thrall. I do not shoot the cursed thrall. I just run near them and jump over them, and they explode. It's also a good way to take out the other regular thrall. If they're all bunched up and you get one cursed thrall to blow up, it can actually take out 4 or 5 guys, and you're not having to waste ammo on killing them, especially with Juggler on. You don't want to waste any ammo. So you see here, it's just you and the boss. The majority of the fight, it's just you and the boss. You do some damage, he's going to teleport. You do some more damage, he's going to teleport. You do enough damage, I don't know what the increments are, but he's just going to call upon ads every once in a while. You're not going to have to really do too many phases. So you see a Cursed Thrall, so I said I don't shoot them, but I'll shoot every once in a while. But once you get into the later waves, there's going to be way more Thrall, way more Cursed Thrall, and I would suggest not shooting them then. You're just not going to have the time to, because you're going to have the boss chasing you, and there's just more of them. So for the first one, you can shoot them like I kind of was. I know how I said I wasn't going to shoot them. I'm just going to fast forward here, guys. It's just rinsing and repeating, doing damage on him, teleport. Doing more damage on him, teleport. Ads are going to spawn, take out ads, do damage on him, he's going to teleport. Use a grenade. Sometimes he's really hard to see, but you see here with Void Burn on, my sniper is doing 17, almost 18,000 damage. So use your sniper. I know it might seem like, oh, I don't really want to use it. It's really dark, and the room is bigger than you think. It doesn't seem very big, but it's actually quite big, and you can use your sniper. And if I can use the sniper in this fight, you guys can use your sniper, because I freaking suck at sniping. Definitely use your sniper. It's going to help you do a lot of damage. You're not going to want to use a shotgun. You can use a fusion rifle if you want to. I would suggest using a sniper, though. It's going to do the most damage. I'm going to just do a little quick fast forward. More ad spawn. I'm just killing ads. And you'll see here, I think I finally started doing the Cursed Thrall thing. Or at least what I do. I'm sure a buttload of people do this in this strike. I'm not the only one. It's what I like to do. So you see here, I'm just going to run by him, jump over him, and he exploded right there. He probably didn't take out any Thrall because they weren't bunched up. Jumping over him right there. Now, if Airborne's on, that's going to kind of be risky jumping over them like that if Airborne's on, because sometimes you might get clipped. You don't jump high enough away from them. And if Airborne's on, you're going to get one-shotted by those things. So just be careful. I think Airborne was on last time this was up, and I still did the Cursed Thrall thing, and I was totally fine. So, just be careful. Again, it's just rinse and repeating, guys. The boss fight takes a while. He has a decent amount of health, and he's teleporting every so often. And I'm going to show you here kind of what I like to do with him. You'll see here in a second. So he spawned over across the room, right? I'm sniping him, sniping him. Once he teleports, I'm going to move to where he was, because a lot of the time he's going to teleport where you were. So I'm just going to run to where he teleported and watch. I'm going to turn around, and there he is. That's basically where I was. I'm going to snipe him again. He's going to teleport. I'm going to run to where he was. And a lot of the times he's just going to teleport where you were, and you can just flip around. See? So we're just going back and forth. He does it quite a bit. The boss is pretty predictable. Now, when you have 3 people in here, do not stand by each other. I would not be by each other. I would be constantly moving with 3 people. Make sure to be spaced out, because if you're too bunched up and you happen to be still for too long, he can spawn on you and he can wreck. Plus, with ad spawning, one person might set off a cursed thrall, and you don't want to be too close together because that could affect your other teammates. So you see here, I blew up those cursed thrall by jumping over them, and they took out a couple other thrall. I like doing that, saves ammo, and you can just jump around and run away from these thrall. Throw nades, use your melee, whatever it may be. And if you have a gun like I do, my primary has Army of 1 on, so I just can constantly charge my grenade and melee, which is really awesome for this fight. So I'm just jumping around, just hopping around. You don't even have to really use your gun. Like I said, use nades, run past these hollowed thralls so you're not wasting your ammo on them. And once you get the boss to a certain point, you guys know his little brain shows, so he's a little bit easier to see. But with that, he gets into charge mode, where this dude is just sprinting around the room. He's not slugging along, but you will be able to get away from him like I was right there. He did teleport, but you will still get opportunities to snipe him. As long as you're moving, he shouldn't spawn too close to you, so you'll have some sight lines. You saw there, he spawned decently far away from me, and it's okay, he's charging. Get some shots on and then move. Get some shots on and then move. The boss is not going to more than likely one-shot you, but that's also depending on your light level. I am 308 right now with the setup and the guns I'm using. Truth drops me quite a bit. I only have a 297 truth. But here we go. Just kind of the last initial shots here. He's almost dead. Just continuously move, guys. Keep moving. That is probably the only tip you need to know if you were on the ground. If you go up to that little lamp spot, you don't really have to do anything. None of the ads are going to shoot you. I don't know if they fixed that. I don't know. I don't think you need it. This isn't a hard strike. Just keep moving on the ground, guys. There's no acolytes or boomers or sword knights. It's just thrall and cursed thrall and him. This friggin' jabroni with the brain glowing. And there you go. He's dead. We've beaten it. You've beaten it. Hopefully you get something good. I get the Darkblade helm for Titans. That might be a coveted item for you. I don't have a Titan, so it's absolutely pointless. So I got juked on the drops that he gave me, and I have a feeling the Nightfall's going to juke me for the 500th time in a row. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful and it helps you get through this week's Nightfall. Not too bad of a solo, guys. Just a little bit long in parts, but it's not bad. Drumroll hype. Yep. Why do I even do the Nightfall? Oh, it's so pointless. Have a good day. See ya.